Jai Hind students, welcome to my YouTube channel. Students, every morning when you wake up, you have two choices. One is continue to sleep with your dreams, and the second one is get up and chase them. Obviously, I would like you all to opt for the second choice. You need to get up and chase your dreams, and for that, believe in your abilities and do the hard work.
With that positive note, students, let's start today's topic. Today, before we start attempting some numericals, let us recapitulate some important expressions related to the factors on which the value of acceleration due to gravity depends. It obviously does depend upon the altitude, it depends upon the depth, it depends upon the shape of the earth, as well as it depends upon the latitude, right? Let's first discuss the variation of small g with altitude. Now let us consider a body of mass m to be initially lying on the surface, suppose at point A. And this to be the earth, which is considered to be perfectly spherical and radius is r, right? At a point on the earth's surface, the value of acceleration due to gravity is given by the value of acceleration due to gravity on the earth's surface. It is given by, we are aware it is gm divided by r square, right students? Now suppose the body is taken to a height h over here at point B, and it is raised through height h above the surface of the earth. Then the distance of point B from the center of the earth, it would be obviously r plus h. R is the radius of the earth, right, which is considered to be perfectly spherical. So at point B, which is at a height h above the earth's surface, the value of acceleration due to gravity is given by gm. Capital M is the mass of the earth, right, divided by square of the distance between the center of the earth and the observation point. Here it is r plus h, so it will be r plus h whole square. Therefore, if you compare these two values, g dash by g, it will be equal to r square divided by r plus h whole square. This we have already done, right? So it clearly indicates that g dash is less than g. That is, the value of acceleration due to gravity decreases with the increase in the height. As the value of h increases, the denominator increases, and accordingly g dash will become lesser and lesser. So at a point on the earth's surface, the value of acceleration due to gravity is maximum, and as the height is increased, the value of small g keeps on decreasing, right? So the value of g, which is the acceleration due to gravity, decreases with increase in the altitude, with increase in altitude or height. So that's the conclusion. Now students, there's a special case. When the height through which the body is raised is very, very small as compared to r. That is, h by r is very, very small as compared to 1. Right? Suppose h is 1 kilometer and radius of the earth, we are aware, it is 6400 kilometer. So if the value of h, that is the height through which the body is raised, is very small as compared to 6400 kilometer, then we can make use of the special formula which we are going to derive. In that case, g dash by g, it can be written as r square. In the denominator, we can take r square as common, so we'll be left with 1 plus h by r whole square. right? In the denominator, r square has been taken as common, so we'll be left with 1 plus h by r whole square. R square get cancelled, so what we get is 1 over 1 plus h by r whole square. That in turn will give us 1 plus h by r to the power minus 2. Now students, look, h by r, it's very, very less than 1. Therefore, we can expand it using binomial expansion, isn't it? So in that case, g dash by g is equal to 1 minus 2h by r plus terms containing higher powers of h by r which are neglected. That is, g dash by g, it will be equal to 1 minus 2h by r. So this formula can be used in those numericals where the value of h, that is the height through which the body is raised, is very, very small as compared to the radius of the earth. And this we have expanded using binomial expansion. We are all aware 1 plus x to the power m, where the mod of x is less than 1. The first two terms can be considered. The higher powers can be neglected. So it is 1 plus mx, right? So this is the very, very important formula which needs to be considered only in the case where the value of h is very, very small as compared to r. We'll be discussing some questions which are based on this particular formula, right? And if h and r are comparable, then make use of this formula. This is the exact formula and this is the approximate formula used only in this condition. Now let's consider, actually let's recap, because these are the topics which we have done earlier as well. Now let's discuss the variation of small g with the depth, right? And before we start this, let's discuss the variation of small g with altitude graphically. Now suppose this represents the value of acceleration due to gravity, and this represents height from the surface. It represents height from Earth's surface. Height from surface of Earth. So this one will be the point on the Earth's surface, that is point A. At point A, the value of small g is maximum. This is maximum. And its value is gm divided by r square. This is the maximum value of acceleration due to gravity. Now, with the increase in the height, the value of small g decreases. It varies inversely as the square of the distance from the center of the earth. So actually, the graph would be like this. The curve will touch the horizontal axis at infinity. So small g is inversely proportional to the square of the distance of the observation point from the center of the earth, right? So this graph shows the variation of acceleration due to gravity with the height from the earth's surface. Okay, coming back to this, let's discuss the variation of small g with the depth. Now, at a point on the earth's surface, where mass m is kept, we are aware the value of small g on the earth's surface is again the same, that is g universal gravitational constant, m is the mass of the earth divided by r square. Now in terms of density, mass of the earth, if we consider the earth to be perfectly sphere of radius r, then mass would be equal to volume into density. Volume is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Density, for all practical purposes, the density may be considered to be uniform. It can be considered to be rho, right? Just for mathematical thing, we can consider the density of the earth to be constant. Actually, we are aware there are three parts: core, mantle and crust the core of the earth is having maximum density while the crust is having minimum density. But average density, we consider the earth's average density to be rho, right? So G by R square, and in place of mass of the earth, we have written volume of the earth multiplied by its average density. That is, in terms of density of the earth, the value of acceleration due to gravity at a point on the earth's surface is given by 4 by 3 pi r rho g. Right? Therefore, at a depth d below the earth's surface, that is, let's talk about point B, which is at a depth d below the earth's surface. So from the center of the earth, this distance would be r minus d, isn't it? So the value of acceleration due to gravity at a depth d, that is at point B below the earth's surface, right? Point B is at a distance of r minus d from the center of the earth, isn't it? So we can make use of the same formula, 4 by 3 pi, it's constant, right? In place of r, here we have to consider r minus d. We are considering this portion, isn't it? So here in place of r, we need to consider r minus d. Rest, the density, it's considered to be the average density of the earth. So it is considered to be constant, and g is the universal gravitational constant, isn't it? So on comparing these two, what we get is g dash by g is equal to r minus d divided by r. That is, g dash is equal to g, r by r is 1 minus d by r. So this is the expression to be used in those numericals in which the value of acceleration due to gravity varies with depth, right? This is the required formula. So here it's pretty clear. The numerator is less than denominator. So obviously g dash is less than g. That is, with the increase in the depth, the value of acceleration due to gravity decreases. And eventually and ultimately, at the center of the earth, when d becomes equal to the radius of the earth, then the value of acceleration due to gravity becomes 0. So at the center of the earth, the value of acceleration due to gravity, it becomes 0. I'll write it over here. At the center of the earth, now suppose this observation point is taken at a depth capital R, which is at the center of the earth. So in that case, d would be equal to r, which implies that value of acceleration due to gravity at the center of the earth, if d becomes equal to capital R, so it will become 0. So students, at the center of the earth, the value of acceleration due to gravity is always 0, which further implies that the weight of any body at the center of the earth, it would be also equal to 0, because weight is m into g. So if at a place the value of acceleration due to gravity, that is small g, becomes 0, then the weight will also become 0. Now let us discuss the variation of small g with depth graphically. Suppose this is the vertical axis representing acceleration due to gravity, and suppose this is the horizontal axis, right? It suppose represents distance r from center of the earth, from center of the earth. Suppose this is the center, this is point O, it is center. So here the value of small g is 0. Now if we move further towards the surface, the value of small g will keep on increasing linearly, and at a point A on the earth's surface, the value of small g is maximum. So g dash is directly proportional to r minus d, which is this distance. So as this distance is increased, the value of small g will also increase, and at a point on the Earth's surface it will be maximum. So it is linearly dependent. So it should be like this. It will be a straight line passing through the origin. So remember students, in this graph, this point O is the center of the Earth. So as we move further away from the center of the Earth, towards the Earth's surface, the value of small g increases linearly with the increase in the distance from the center of the Earth. So it will be a straight line passing through the origin, right? Now students, let us try to discuss these numericals, right? The first question is, calculate the height above the Earth's surface at which the value of acceleration due to gravity reduces to half its value on the Earth's surface. So what we are supposed to do is, suppose this is the Earth, this is the center, right? And this is the radius r. And this is a point on the Earth's surface. Here the value of acceleration due to gravity is suppose small g. And at a height h above the Earth's surface, suppose the value of acceleration due to gravity is g dash, right? Now students, we are aware g dash by g, we have already done it in the theoretical portion, it is equal to r square divided by r plus h whole square, isn't it? The formula for the acceleration due to gravity at any point on the Earth's surface is gm by r square, and at a height h above the Earth's surface, it would be gm divided by r plus h whole square. The distance of point B from the center of the Earth would be r plus h. Isn't it, students? So, using these two expressions and dividing g dash divided by g, we will get this. Gm will get cancelled, so we will be left with this. Now it's given that g dash, the acceleration due to gravity, reduced to half its value, is given to be half of g. That is, g dash by g is equal to 1 by 2. Therefore, students, r square divided by r plus h whole square is equal to 1 by 2. Taking square root on both the sides, what we get is r over r plus h is equal to 1 by root 2, which implies that root 2r is equal to r plus h. Or students, h, the height is to be determined, it would be equal to r root 2 minus 1. So root 2 is 1.414. So 1.414 minus 1 would be 0.414 multiplied by radius of the Earth. So this is the answer, students. In case you want the numerical value, then h would be equal to 0.414 multiplied by the radius of the Earth is 6400 kilometer, right? So 6400 multiplied by 414, it will be about 2649.6 kilometer. So in terms of r, the height of the point B from the Earth's surface would be 0.414 into capital R. Capital R is considered to be the radius of the Earth, right? And the numerical value of the height at which the value of acceleration due to gravity reduces to half its value on the Earth's surface would be 2649.6 kilometer. Right, students? Okay. Let's concentrate on the second question now. In the second question, we are supposed to determine the height above the surface of the Earth at which the value of g becomes 25% of its value on the Earth's surface, right? So we have to make use of the same formula. So what to do is, we know that g dash, it is the value of acceleration due to gravity at a height h above the Earth's surface, suppose, right? Divided by g, it is the value of acceleration due to gravity on the Earth's surface. So it is given by r square divided by r plus h whole square, right? Now here it is given that the value g becomes 25% of its value on the Earth's surface. That is, g dash is given to be 25%, means 25 by 100 into g. 25 by 100 is 1 by 4. So which implies that g dash by g is equal to 1 by 4. Therefore, students, r square divided by r plus h whole square, and g dash by g is given to be 25%, that is 1 by 4, which further implies that, now taking square root on both the sides, on the left hand side we'll be left with r over r plus h, and square root of 1 by 4 is 1 by 2, isn't it? Which further implies that on cross multiplication we get 2r is equal to r plus h, which implies that 2r minus r, that is r is equal to h, or the height at which the value of acceleration due to gravity becomes 25% of its value on the Earth is equal to radius, that is 6400 kilometer. This is the answer. So at this height from the Earth's surface, the value of small g becomes 1 by 4th, that is 25% of its value on the Earth's surface, right? So in the first two questions, we are supposed to make use of this formula. G dash by g is equal to r square over r plus h whole square. Now coming to question number 3. At what height above the surface of the Earth will the value of acceleration due to gravity be reduced by 36% from the value at the surface? So the value of g get reduced by 36%. This is given. Value of small g get reduced by 36%. It get reduced by 36%, which implies that the new value, suppose we are talking about height h above the Earth's surface where the value of small g get reduced by 36%, right? So there the value of g is suppose g dash. It is given to be 64% of the value of g on the Earth's surface, because the value of g get reduced by 36%. So g dash would be 64% of its value on the Earth's surface. This is a very, very important statement, students. Again, let me read the question. At what height above the surface of Earth will the value of acceleration due to gravity be reduced by 36%? Reduced by 36% means its value at height h would be 64%. It get reduced by 36%, so it will now have value of 64% of its original value at a point on the Earth's surface, right? So therefore, g dash by g, it would be equal to 64%, that is 64 by 100. Right, students? So it can be written as 16 by 20, 16 by 25, isn't it? So, as we are aware, again the same formula is to be used as was used in the previous two questions. G dash by g is r square divided by r plus h whole square, which implies that r square divided by r plus h whole square, it is equal to g dash by g, that is 16 by 25. It can be written as 4 by 5 whole square, isn't it? So now taking square root on both the sides, what we get is this square that will get cancelled out. So taking square root on both the sides, we get r over r plus h, and here this square it get cancelled out by taking square root, so it will be 4 by 5. Right? So what we get is, after cross multiplication, what we get is 5r is equal to 4r plus 4h, which further implies that 4h is equal to 5r minus 4r, that is r. That is h, the height of the observation point above the Earth's surface at which the value of small g get reduced by 36% or is 64% of its value on the Earth's surface is given by r by 4. Now radius of the Earth, you need to be aware of it. It is 6400 kilometer. That's the radius of the Earth. So it will be 6400 divided by 4. So it is 1600 kilometer. Right, students? Okay, students, let's proceed with question number 4. We are supposed to find out the percentage decrease in the weight of a body when taken 16 kilometer below the surface of the Earth. Now, students, this is a question based on variation of small g with depth. So here the formula used is the value of acceleration due to gravity at a depth d below the Earth's surface is given by g dash is equal to g 1 minus d by r. Right? This is suppose the Earth. This is suppose the center. Right? This is a point on the Earth's surface. Obviously, the radius of the Earth is r, capital R. This is the center. Right? And this is point B, which is at a depth d below the Earth's surface. Now at point A, the value of acceleration due to gravity is small g, while at a depth d below the Earth's surface, the value of acceleration due to gravity is considered to be g dash. And g dash and g are related by g dash equals to g inside bracket 1 minus d by r. D is the depth of the observation point B below the Earth's surface. Right? So here D is given to be 16 kilometer. The depth is given to be 16 kilometer. And students, radius of the Earth that we are aware, it has to be taken as 6400 kilometer. Therefore, substituting the value, what we get is g dash by g, it will be equal to 1 minus 16 by 64. Both are in kilometers, so no need to change them in meters, right? Both being in the ratio, no need to change kilometers in meters. So what we get is g dash is equal to g 1 minus 1 by 400, isn't it? That is g dash by g is equal to 1 minus 1 by 400. Or students, g dash by g minus 1, it is equal to minus 1 by 400. Therefore, now taking g as denominator, so in the numerator we'll get g dash minus g. It is equal to minus 1 by 400. Which implies that g dash minus g, this is the change in the value of acceleration due to gravity divided by original value multiplied by 100. So this term will give us the percentage change in the value of small g. It will be equal to minus 1 by 400 multiplied by 100. So what we have done is we have multiplied both the sides by 100. So this term, remember students, percentage change means change in the physical quantity divided by its original value multiplied by 100. And change in the any physical quantity is its final value minus its original value. That's change in the physical quantity. So change in the physical quantity divided by its original value multiplied by 100, that will give us percentage change in the physical quantity under consideration. And if it happens to be negative, then it is the case of percentage decrease. And it happens to be positive value, then it is the case of percentage increase. So we get minus 1 by 4. That is minus 0.25. So this is the answer. So negative sign suggests that it is the case of percentage decrease, right? So the percentage decrease in the weight of a body when it is taken 16 km below the surface of the Earth is 0.25%, right? Okay, let's proceed to the next question then. A body of mass 60 kg is taken to a depth r by 4. What would be the weight of the body? And what would be the mass of the body? Mass of the body, students, always remember, mass is the amount of matter contained in the body. So it will remain same. So mass of the body, it won't get affected. It is the weight of the body which will get affected, because weight is m into g. And the value of small g, it varies from place to place. Accordingly, the weight of a body will also vary from place to place, isn't it? So mass of the body is given to be 60 kg. And the depth, this d, the observation point which is at a depth d below the earth's surface, it is given to be r by 4, isn't it? So students, we are aware of the formula which is to be used in case the numerical is based on variation of small g with depth. And in that case, the formula to be used is g dash is equal to g 1 minus d by r, right? So here let's substitute the value. So g dash would be equal to g 1 minus d is r by 4. So r get cancelled, we'll be left with 1 by 4. So g dash, it would be equal to 1 minus 1 by 4 is 3 by 4. So it will be equal to 3 by 4 into small g. Right, students? Now, weight. If you multiply both the sides by m g dash, it would be equal to 3 by 4 into mg. Isn't it? This is the weight of the body when it is taken to a depth r by 4. So therefore, it implies that the weight of the body at a depth r by 4 would be 3 by 4 of m into g. What is the mass of the body? That's given to be 60. What is the value of acceleration to gravity on the earth's surface? That can be taken as 10. Instead of 9.8, take as 10 so as to make the calculation simple, isn't it? So what you get is 3 into 15, 4, 60. So 3 into 15 into 10. So it will be equal to 415 Newton. So that's the answer. So students, the weight of the body when taken to a depth of r by 4 is found to be 450 Newton. Right? So this is the answer. Okay, sixth question. We are supposed to compare the weights of a stone when it is half kilometer above the surface of the earth, and second part is 1 kilometer below the surface of the earth. So here h, the height of the observation point above the earth's surface, that is given to be half kilometer. And students, radius of the earth, we are aware, it is 6400 kilometer. The height of the observation point above the earth's surface is only 0.5 kilometer, which is very, very negligible as compared to the radius of the earth, which is huge, which is 6400 kilometer. That is, it is a case where h is very, very less as compared to r. So in such a case, we'll make use of the special formula which is based on the variation of small g with altitude. And in case the height of the observation point above the earth's surface is very, very small as compared to the radius of the earth, then the value of acceleration due to gravity at height h is given by g 1 minus 2h by r. So students, remember, this is the formula which is to be used only in case h is very, very small as compared to r. Right? Now this is the case of altitude. This is the case of altitude. Now in case of depth, the formula to be used is g, suppose it represented by g double dash. It is equal to g 1 minus d by r. And depth is given to be 1 kilometer. Here, depth d is given to be 1 kilometer below the surface of the earth. Now students, we are supposed to compare the weights of the stone when it is half kilometer above the surface of the earth and 1 kilometer below the surface of the earth. Compare means we need to find out the ratio, right? So, g dash divided by g double dash. This is the value of acceleration due to gravity at a height half kilometer above the surface of the earth. and g double dash is the value of acceleration due to gravity 1 kilometer below the surface of the earth. So let's substitute this value g dash from here. Suppose this is equation 1, this is equation 2. So from equation 1 it is g 1 minus 2h by r, right? While on the other hand, g double dash from equation 2 it is g 1 minus d by r. Or multiplying and dividing by m, what we get is mg dash divided by mg double dash. It will give us small g get cancelled. Let's substitute the value 1 minus 2 by r, and h it's given to be half 1 by 2 in kilometers, right? Divided by g get cancelled, we are left with 1 minus d by r. 1 minus what is d? D is given to be 1 kilometer, so 1 by r. Therefore, mg dash is the weight of the body half kilometer above the surface of the earth, and w double dash, it is the weight of the same body 1 kilometer below the surface of the earth, and we are supposed to find its ratio, isn't it? We need to compare these two weights. So that will give us 2 get cancelled. What do we get? 1 minus 1 by r divided by 1 minus 1 by r. So numerator and denominator being equal, it will be equal to 1. Therefore, students, the ratio of the weights of the body in the two cases would be 1:1. That is, the ratio is 1. So this is the answer. This was a very good question which was based both on the variation of small g with altitude and the variation of small g with depth. So I hope, students, you have understood the questions which we have done, which was based on the variation or the factors on which the value of acceleration due to gravity depends, right? So that's it for this particular session. So do join me in my next lecture for studying new theoretical concepts in the unit gravitation. Till then, do take very good care of yourself and always keep smiling. Thank you.